the perpetual trauma and the shock trauma. The perpetual trauma is one we experience in our childhood, for example, when something happens again and again from outside, from the outside world, from the parents. It is happening continuously, doesn't stop, and imprints in ourselves. The other trauma is the shock trauma. Shock trauma is in accidents. Shock trauma happens in war. Shock trauma happens in a sudden death. And this is what I'm going to deal with in this video. So the trauma is a sudden experience which is overwhelming. It's very intense. It happens mostly from the outside world. Something from the outside is coming into our psyche, into ourself, and produces a kind of helplessness in ourselves. It's a very strong feeling of fear and anxiety. It's an external stimulus. And this trauma produces a kind of echo. One psychotherapist characterized it as the zero, beyond any experience, something which you cannot either describe in pictures or in words. It's not only sorrow, it's not only grief, it's more than that. It's trauma, plie, from the Greek word a wound which doesn't heal. We have flashbacks afterward. It's a state of hypervigilance. The parasympathetic is not working anymore, only the sympathetic. Tension occurs. Of course, it's a defense mechanism against this overwhelming feeling. The physical accompaniment to the psyche is tension, is blocking. The movement of energy in the body stops. It's an attack on linking. What we experience in the past comes forward in the present in specific situations. Why this snail? I produce a trauma to this snail. This is me, the one who produced the trauma and the one who is trying to cure it. I'm walking through the garden to the stairs, and imagine it was exactly this point here. There was another smaller snail. So I was just walking without looking down, having the keys in my hand, and I stepped on a smaller snail. And what I did then, just wipe it away, not honoring it, not honoring its death. I saw the other one and I picked it up. I took it home. I put it in a terrarium, this snail specifically. I produced a nice space for it, putting some flowers, feeding it, hoping that it will be able in a safe space to overcome the trauma. What can one do in case of trauma? Trauma is described as an attack against linking. We are torn apart, we cannot think, we cannot feel anymore. There's this zero beyond word which doesn't fit to anything. The cure can come through vitality. All the blocks from the trauma, these physical results to the psyche, where the parasympathetic is not working anymore and we are constantly in a state of anxiety, we can only think about the energy, we can only think about joy. Joy through movement, joy through meaning is the one which gives us the instruments to get out of the trauma, to be able to retranscribe trauma, to give it another meaning. And this blocked energy can be mobilized. The whole story of psychoanalysis, to a certain point, is about joy, is about physical and mental expression, strongly connected to the libido, an energy which can be expressed in many, many ways, also through sublimation. What trauma does, it attaches energy to the body and it blocks it. This early attachment or this shock attachment can only be discharged through love, through joy, through sexuality, through libido. I want to apologize for what happened. Now is the time to free it after some psychotherapy, some meetings, some sessions, after trying to put all my positive energy as a psychotherapist, as an artist into it, and hopefully to get it, overcome the shock trauma, this catastrophe. It responds positively, so I'm hoping it will be able to find its energy, express itself, meet other snails, be able to feel joy, express its libido, though the snails have the advantage of having both the female and the male sexual organs in the body, so they have a kind of autonomy in expressing libido, which is an advantage, because if you can express love to yourself, then you will be also able to express it to the others. There's no chance to finding love in the others without loving yourself, without feeling happy in your body and in your psyche, feeling joy every day, to get energy out of it, and then to discharge energy of joy. So the time has come to set him free. I know a nice place, very humid, even some more water, looks good.